I'm Allison, and this is another episode of Leading Edge Dog Show Tips. So, today we're going to talk about cutting your dog's nails and when you should do it, how you should do it, and also how to use a Dremel or a grinder when doing your dog's nails. So, first of all, when you're doing your dog's nails, I recommend that you do them about once a week. If you have a dog with very long nails that either, you got behind or you got a new dog and the nails are really long, you might want to try to do them twice a week. And some of the things that you're going to need for cutting your dog's nails are, of course, nail clippers. So nail clippers that I like to use are this scissor type nail clipper like this. I don't like the guillotine type. The guillotine type only has one cutting edge. I find that they dull quicker, that they tend to twist the dog's nails, and you just don't have the control that you need when you're using the guillotine type. The other thing, of course, you're going to need a little bit of quick stop in case you make a mistake. We all try not to do that, but it does happen, so you want to have some quick stop. A little note about buying quick stop. I always buy it in a small container rather than the large container. As soon as your quick stop gets damp and it turns like a dark yellow color, it's not going to work the same way. The oxygen and the moisture has gone in there and oxidized it. So I always buy the small container, always make sure the lid is nice and tight. So that's just a little tip there to help you save some money on your quick stop, make sure it works a little bit better. And so now we're going to start doing our dog's nails. Make sure that your hair is out of your face so you can see what you're doing. Your dog's hair is out of their face and away from their foot. And you can see what you're doing is also helpful. So when we take our dog's foot and we look at her nails look nice and short, and you can see right in there, like the cuticle is right at the end of the nail. So this is the foot that I've already done, and the little white specks there, that's the cuticle of her quick. So that means if we go beyond that her toenails is going to bleed. So we want to get it as close to the quick as we possibly can, because that's going to encourage the quick not to grow as long and get the nails nice and short and pretty. And then when we look at her foot, we can see that the nails do look pretty when she's standing on them. So that's an important thing when you're done. Just, stand your dog and make sure that the toenails look pretty. If one is looking really long or different, then you need to work on that. So I don't just take one cut when I'm doing my dog's nails. I'm going to go all the way around the nail with the nail clipper. So by one cut, I see some people are always just doing this bottom part of the nail, like right like that. And that's not going to make your nail look pretty or make it look shorter. So what I like to do is I like to just take little tiny cuts and just go around the nail with little cut stop. And then in that way, you can make the nail look nice and round. She's going to help me a little bit here. And we're just going to make little cuts and go all the way around the nail. And that way we can get the exposed part of the quick to start. You can't see the cuticle quite yet. So we want to just keep going around. And you can see how little and tiny those cuts are. So I might make 10 little tiny cuts and make the nail look nice and round as I go around the nail. So if you had a dog with very long nails, you might make one cut to get, a big chunk of the length off, and then go around and shape them to make them look prettier. So once you have your dog's nails cut nice and short, another thing that you can do is you can Dremel or grind your dog's nails. So I'm going to demonstrate that. So we're going to move this out of the way. And I have a Dremel tool bought at the local hardware store. It says Dremel on it. I have this nice diamond head toenail grinder, especially made for dogs. I got it from Ty Brushy Pet Supply. It's quite expensive. It works awesome. So it's diamond edge, it's sharp, it's really sharp. I mean, it's not sharp for me to touch it, but when you're grinding the nail, it does a really quick job, because I like things that, dogs don't like getting their nails done, so let's do them as quick as we possibly can. So that's kind of how I look at it. And again, very, very important when you're grinding your dog's nails, if they have long hair, like a setter or a Havanese or an Afghan hound, put a snood on them, wrap them up in a towel, because the last thing you want is for this thing to be going at high speed and wrapping hair around it. So that's an emergency situation. Same, you don't want your hair in it, and you also don't want your apron strings or something like that in it, right? And then you just want to grind the nail. Come here, Veda. So I like to put a lot of my body between the dog and the grinder, right? So here I am trying to make my body look big in front of my dog, and then I'm just going to, like, so that the dog's head is behind me, and I'm going to take the grinder, and same thing, I'm not just going to hold it in one spot like that. I'm going to go all the way around the nail with the grinder. So I'm going to show you how to do that right here on this thing. It's going to get really loud. I'm not sure whether we're editing the sound out, but here we go. Okay, so I'm going to turn my grinder on high because, again, I want it done quickly. So here we go. And then I'm just going to go around the nail like this. And see how I'm holding the foot against my body so that I have as much control over the foot. And then see, I'm just going to go around. I'm not going to go straight against the nail, but around. And the reason that we go around is because you can see here, you can see right here that I've gone all the way around this nail, right? So the nail is looking very, very short, and you can just see the cuticle where we've just exposed the very end of the cuticle of the quick, and that's what you want to do. You don't want to go beyond that. When you go beyond that, you're going to use a little bit of quick stop like that and stop it if there's a little bit of blood. And then when you're done, you just want to look at your dog's foot as it naturally stands, just to make sure that the nails look kind of even and nice and short. So that's the end of our demonstration on how to cut and Dremel your dog's nails. Please go to our YouTube channel, Leading Edge Dog Show Academy, and subscribe to our channel. That'd be awesome. See you soon.